Exeter and Yeovil.
Oh, fingers crossed, like Andy said, 7 o'clock, BBC
Draw,
Two
BBC
tonight.
Two.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Now, people who lived during the Blitz in Plymouth have recorded their memories in a special archive. Some recall harrowing stories of arriving at school to find out friends had been killed overnight.
And others remember the camaraderie which helped them rebuild the city, which was badly bombed during World War II. Well, Johnny Rutherford has been to meet some of the contributors.
And in the midst of it all, the cry goes up. Here comes Winston, accompanied by Mrs. Churchill, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and his wife.
He was sitting in the back with his wife, just the usual cigar and waving to everybody, just boosting our morale. That's what it basically was about, because we were taking quite a bit of hammering early part of the war. Just to see him alone gave us a good lift.
Just one of the memories of Plymouth in the war years that's been gathered in a special oral history project. The 2-year Heritage Lottery funded scheme concluded with the publishing of a book and a social get-together for many of the 75 pensioners who had been interviewed by student volunteers.
They went out into the homes of Plymouth residents who volunteered to give us their memories of the war, and then we produced a bank of audio material and written material, which today we're handing over to Plymouth and West Devon Record Office for safekeeping.
Elsie Hobbs grew up on Plymouth's waterfront. This is her on the left, photographed by her dad in 1935. She was still at school during the war.
You'd arrive at school in the morning to find that 2 or 3 of your friends might have been killed overnight, or a child might come into school crying because their father was killed at sea, or in the army, or in the Air Force. And we lived with death in Plymouth. And they used to print a list of the known dead and put on the library door in the morning, and people would just go to see who had been killed. But we also lived a happy time. And looking back on my life, I probably feel that the war years were the happiest years, in a way, and I feel privileged to have lived through them.
The fascinating audio files are now available for future generations or anyone else who wants to listen at the West Devon Record Office. Johnny Rutherford, BBC Spotlight, Plymouth.
Incredible pictures and memories.
Very powerful memories, yeah.
It's time for the weather forecast now.